Today, I'm going to share a hack with you that I've used for years on how to get great deals on cars, specifically electric cars, but really applies to all cars, which is taking over someone else's lease. Now, if you watch my channel for a while, you probably know that I believe that more than 80% of people should lease their cars and not buy their cars. Those videos are on my channel. You can watch them. And generally speaking, if you're interested in the future of electric cars, in future of all cars, which is electric, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any of this moving forward. Now, today we're talking about the car leases and how to take them over. Now, I spent literally the entire day looking at all these websites that offer lease takeover deals, and I've put together really good ones and a couple of really bad ones. Now, by the time you watch this video, they're probably going to be gone, and most of these are probably not in your area, so I don't want to specifically link to these deals. The reason I'm showing these to you is because I want you to see what's in play here, because this is very different from getting a car, generally speaking, and even getting a regular lease. You have to watch out for a few things. So I'm going to explain to you what they are, and then we're going to kind of practice on those good and bad deals that I've discovered. Now, why would somebody even want to give up their car in the middle of their lease? Well, there are a few reasons. Best one for you as somebody taking over a lease is, if somebody, lost their job or changing locations, and it's much easier for them to just let this car go. They already put the down payment, and then right now they just want out of this lease, and they can't just return it to the bank. Bank will still charge them the remaining of the lease. So the only way to get rid of it is to have somebody else come in and take it over. So you can find some real good gems here because, again, people put a down payment and you don't have to pay. Now, however, you gotta look for some little things here and there that make this lease takeover just as unattractive as the original lease, or at least not very attractive to your needs. Because first of all, because this car has probably been driven for a while, you don't know how many miles per month it still has allowed, because each lease allows for a certain amount of miles that you can put on this car, and after that you kind of have to pay per mile, and that adds up. That will be displayed in the ad, as I'll show you to you. Every ad will have that. Also, you want to see if the person who wants their lease taken over, if they want you to reimburse them or just give you money for this lease, just for the privilege of taking it over. So you gotta look out for that. Of course, you want to look at the monthly price, and also whenever you have to do a lease takeover, you'll have to pay a fee anywhere from $200 to $800 or $900 to the bank, to the leasing bank, and it takes about 4 to 6 weeks. So just so you know, if you're taking a car over with only 7 months left, it might be about 5 months left by the time you actually complete everything and get the car. And don't forget to build into your entire calculation scheme that fee that they charge. Now, of course, a good thing for you is that you don't have to go out and lease the car yourself for 3 years or even 2 years. Some of these cars can, only have 6, 7 months, 12 months remaining. So you can either try a car, for relatively cheap, and then see if you want to lease it as a brand new vehicle, or if you have a gap between the car you have right now or the car you're waiting for to come out, next year, this is a good way to fill a gap on a good budget. So let's look at some leases. We're going to start with bad ones, and then we'll work our way into good ones, and I think all of this will make sense. And I really hope you at least sign up with one of these sites like Lease Trader, and a lot of them are on Craigslist, as you'll see from these ads, and at least check it out. Don't forget, you have to have a relatively decent credit, I think over like 640. So, but that kind of goes for all leases out there. Okay, so let's look at the first deal, and this is a BMW i3, $321 a month. Sounds kind of pretty good, right? If you look at it like just at the pricing. However, let's look at it a little bit further. First of all, 29 months remaining. That means that they just started leasing this car, so you can probably get a very similar lease if you get a 36-month lease. So they've just starting. But here's the problem. Look at how many miles you're allowed to drive per month, and it's 810. So that's not much at all. It's mainly because they've kind of driven already a lot of miles in the first few months, and now on average you're gonna have to drive less miles. Now, they are giving you a little bit of an incentive of $386, as you can see here, but you will pay more to BMW just for the transfer fee. So as you can see, this is a kind of a pretty much the entire deal. So you're not getting only a few months worth of trial period, and you end up with less miles than this person started with as far as average per month is concerned. So I wouldn't take this deal. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh, this looks pretty good because this is a Tesla Model 3, and look, only $325 a month. Sounds great at first, but, and by the way, miles per month allowed $1,000. If you look at down there, that's pretty good. But as you can see, it has about 30 months left. That means, you know, it's very close to the beginning of the lease, which means you probably can get the very similar deal as well. But look, here's a deal breaker. See, it says down payment right above contact seller button. All right, that's $6,000. So this person, for you to get this nice $325 payment a month, even though you're pretty much taking over this lease from the very beginning, they want $6,000. I'm assuming that's how much they put down, but don't forget, you're gonna have to pay Tesla Financial to transfer this lease. So you might actually end up getting a worse deal than they got originally. So I would not recommend anything like this. By the way, as you can see, I'm avoiding any type of deal that has a ridiculous monthly payment anyway. That you can figure out on your own, I'm hoping. All right, third and last bad deal that I wanted to share with you guys is this, another BMW i3. I don't know why there's so many BMW i3 bad deals. Look, it's only $213 a month. So at first, you will be like, whoa, that is a great deal. But once again, look at the details. Now, there's 9 months left, so you don't have to suffer for too long driving an i3, but because they've driven almost all of their allowed miles, there's only 200 miles left. So you're only allowed to drive 200 miles in the remaining 9 months. And after you cross those $200, which you'll do easily, you're probably going to have to pay about 25 cents, usually 25, 30 cents per extra mile. So this all of a sudden is going to add up to way bigger payment than $213.37. So this is not a good deal. All right, so now let's look at some better and actually one of the best deals that I've seen around. Again, different deals work for different people, so I kind of put different types of deals for you together here. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe. Don't forget to reserve yours. It actually takes about a minute of your time. It's absolutely free, so go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. And by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. Use the E4 Electric discount code. That's the name of this channel, by the way, for purchases over $100. All right, so let's look at some good deals. And we're going to start with the Chevy Volt, which I am also an owner of. Well, not this particular one, but this is 2018. Don't forget, they don't make them anymore. As a matter of fact, so you cannot even lease one right now anyway. But this one is $255 a month. So this is just a good monthly price. But let's look into details, and as you'll see, there's about 15 months left. So again, you're kind of trying it out, 15 months. Now look at the $599 transfer fee from General Motors. But the I believe they still have 1,000 miles a month remaining. So it's kind of like getting a $12,000 a month lease. So $255 with essentially just $599 down, and only having to commit to about a year and 3 months for a car that you can no longer lease. This is not a bad deal. All right, let's move on to another one. But look, a good deal on BMW i3. This one actually has a range extender, so essentially it's a plug-in hybrid. All right, so the price is awesome, $199 a month. But look, the average allowed miles are more than you would get even from the best 15,000 mile a year deal, or very close to it. That's 326 miles. So you have a pretty good mileage there allowed, and only 6 months left. So this is a great gap car. This is a great way to just try a car that you don't want to drive for too long, but do want to drive for a while. And essentially, you're just paying $1,200, right? $200 a month, 6 months left. You're just paying $1,200 to drive this BMW for a while. This is probably one of the best deals I've seen around. But let's move on to another one. And this one is another BMW i3. This one is not the cheapest, right? It's $435, but this car has only been driven for 3,400 miles or so. So you still have 26,000 miles left of allowance, and this lease expires in August of 2021, which means you still have about 14 or 15 months to drive this car, but ridiculous amount of miles. So this is why this deal is actually really good in terms of if you want to just drive. That's not something you can do with a regular lease because you will end up paying extra. With this one, you're good to go for a while. So this is one of the best miles allowed deals that I've seen out there. All right. Another deal, I guess there's a lot of BMW i3s that are good and bad. Here's another one. This one's also $300 a month. Now, it's 833 miles allowed per month, so this is not that much. But here's why I like this deal. If you once again scroll down into the description and the breakdown, it's only 7 months left, right? So this is another car that you can have for 7 months for, you know, $2,100. So this is an example of if you just have a small budget, but you want to have a car, you know, 435 is not that bad for the car, though could be better. So another good example of that. All right, I got a couple more. So this is once again Chevy Volt Eb. This is a premier car, so you know they do have some really cool features that you actually do want in your car, and you know. Again, under $500 per month, 480. But look at again available miles. Holy crap, 70, almost 1,800 miles per month, and it has 12 months remaining. So you're only gonna have to worry about this car for about a year. Again, you cannot lease the Chevy. This is not a Volt. This is a Bolt. Sorry, my brain is leaving me. But this is a car that you can lease right now, but not with this many miles. So as you can see. Only your commitment and $1,800 a month. Actually, if this wasn't the Bolt, because I'm not really a big fan of the way it looks, I would totally consider this. This is a pretty good deal. All right, so I got one more, and this one's I saved the Tesla for last. Now the payment is $1,256 a month, which you would probably think it's a lot, but not for this car. Look at this. It's a Tesla Model S P100D. This is pretty much as good as it gets for a Tesla Model S, and you're only committing to 15 months. Again, you can't lease this for that short of a period of time. It still has a little bit over 1,000 miles per month allowance. So I gotta tell you, if you're just gonna walk in, put nothing down, and lease this car on its own, it's probably gonna come up to about $2,000 a month. So this is actually an excellent deal with good mileage in a pretty good term of about a year and 3 months. So I hope this gives you a good idea of how to look for a good deal. Again, don't forget Lease Trader, Swap a Lease, Craigslist, and so forth. On Craigslist, you just put the lease takeover as one word, and you should be fine. But you can find, there's no way you can find these deals or get this type of deals on a regular lease or when you're purchasing the car. So let me know in the comment section if there are any questions, because I know this sometimes confuses people, which is perfectly fine. I'll be more than happy to answer, and I'll definitely make other videos about this. But other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.